Hey guys, it's time for Breakthrough with Coach Lew. Coming to you live from Accelerate Life University, XLR8Life.com. Coach Lew will help you break through anything that's stopping you. Are you ready to get the motivation, the energy, the life, and all the success you really want and deserve? With no further ado, here's Coach Lew.
Welcome to the brand new and improved 2024 version of Breakthrough with Coach Lew. God, that sounds like a commercial, doesn't it? So truly, I have a question for you as we've rounded the bend here into 2024, and I'm extremely excited to be into 2024. I think we're on to something. I think there's going to be some major changes. I think there's going to be some major growth this year. There may be some ups and downs and sideways this year, but there's certainly going to be up. And you know why I know this? Because you and I are going to step up together. You as a community, the Coach Lew family out here, the Breakthrough family, us as a team and as individuals are going to have some great breakthroughs here in 2024. So my question for you is, what do you want? As we start this beautiful new year out, what do you want? And people might be going, what's not a beautiful new year? We're in troubled times. Let me tell you, 2023 was probably a pretty tough year on most people. A lot of growth happened in 2023 for some people, but a lot of people struggled with 2023. There were some ups, downs, sideways, and it was like, even me, it wasn't the easiest year of my life, although it was a great year and a great year of growth. 2023 was not easy, okay? But do you really want anything to be truly easy? These are the questions you've got to ask yourself. Has anything you've ever done, gotten, or received in life or accomplished or felt great about, was it easy? No, probably not. It probably required work, effort, sometimes struggles, sometimes the things that made you feel the most like, oh dear Lord, I don't know if I can handle this, were the things you look back on now and go, wow, if that hadn't happened for me, not to me, where would I be today? Okay. And so this, what do you want, is a real open-ended question, guys. I got to say that much, because you have to ask, and I think my lighting's a little off this way. Bear with me, guys. There. Maybe I won't be reflecting in my glasses. Love the glasses. Wear computer glasses, guys. If you're doing work on the computer, wear something that's not going to mess your eyes up. Okay, so back to this open-ended question. What do you want from life? What do you really want from life? Okay, you might go, well, I want $1 million. I want more money. I want something. Who has more power in that? I want more money, or I want $1 million. The person that goes, they want $1 million. That's who has more power in that scenario, because they have a clear picture. Okay. So what do you want in your relationships? Ooh, touchy spot, Well, I want it to be like when we were honeymooning. Okay, well, what have you done to make it that way? Do you try? Or do you just go through the motions? Okay. Well, we had kids and things changed. Really? It's supposed to bring a couple closer when you have kids. Okay. So in the reality, it's what you make it. What about your career? Well, I want a raise, but I'm afraid to talk to my boss. How you think he's just going to someday miraculously go, you do such a great job, I'm going to give you a raise? I'm not going to say that doesn't happen. Life Boost Coffee, by the way. Primo. But seriously, I'm not going to say it doesn't happen. We do it. We do it for our crew. If you notice somebody's really going above and beyond the call of duty, hey, it's time to bump them up. It's time to give them a little bonus. It's time to do something here. But in the normal corporate world, you're not going to just get raises and get merits and promotions only by what you do. You've got to ask for it. Okay, hear this. You've got to ask for it. If you want to pray about something or put it out to the universe, however you call that, you got to ask. You got to know what you want, right? Okay, these are the things that in Breakthrough with Lew each week, we're going to cover tools. We're going to cover strategies. We're going to do this as a team, not just sit there and go, kumbaya, it'll all be okay, or, just work harder, work smarter, don't do this. You know what? You're going to learn how to ask of yourself, number one. You ask of your creator, hey, this is, what's my goal here? What do I really want? That's what today's show is about. Okay. What about, what if you're in school? What do you want out of school? I mean, I'm talking to a large audience here, guys. We're not only talking, to older adults, middle-aged adults. This is everybody. This stuff is for everybody. Breakthrough with Lew is for everybody. It's for anybody, but it's not for everybody. Put it that way. Everybody might not be interested in getting their life on track, taking responsibility, growing, becoming more. Okay? So, yeah, that would be great. And I forgot to start broadcasting on one of our channels. I don't know which one. Bear with me, guys. Hey, I am human. Oh, my God. You know what is so awesome? That sometimes you just do the right thing, or actually the wrong thing. So let me tell you a little story here. I'm going to give you a little story. This wasn't supposed to be part of the show this morning. So to go live on Facebook so I can see your comments and be able to respond to them outside of our comment board on the site, I need to, long story short, I need to create a separate event and be able to fire it up through an RTMP. And you're probably going, I don't want to tech talk, coach, and I'm not going to waste your time with a bunch of tech talk guys. But the deal is it shoots over to that. But if you don't have this one setting, there's one setting that says go live automatically at the time you set for it. Now, as we all know, coach is a human being. Occasionally I could be late or something like that. Or technology sometimes has a snafu. I could be talking, and how many times have you gotten on the show initially and I'm like, if you're listening on a podcast, I'm making motions with my mouth and my hands and nothing's coming out because one of the mics wasn't hot or something like that. So I usually don't have that on in case there's a slight tech delay or something. I forgot to tick that off last night. So, hi guys, if you're listening and watching on Facebook, I am on and live with you. Ask those questions. Let's talk. The other thing on this show, I want to talk with you guys. This is what I really want to shift gears. I love when you come up to me or, you message out to me privately and, oh, it was a great show. And I make comments during it, ask questions, or, oh, I wanted to ask you this question. Please do it. That's why I'm doing this show for you. Okay, today is kind of like it feels like I'm reintroducing myself to you, and this is exactly what we're doing this morning. Okay, so then the last thing of what you want is exactly on this target. What do you want from Breakthrough with Lew? What do you want from this show? What is it that I can do for you on Breakthrough with Lew? God, I'm playing around with the rhymes this morning. This sounds so commercially. What is there I can do for you on Breakthrough with Lew? No, seriously, what is it that I can do for you? Put it in the comments. Email me. Get a hold of me. What can I bring to you as our community to help you grow, to help you get better? We can all find places to make ourselves feel bad. Go on Instagram and look at some of the body photos on there and stuff like that. And, scroll through Facebook and some of the hot models and the filters and these people with their jets and everything else. Now, okay, there are people that own jets. Most of them don't take pictures with them. Okay. Dean Graziosi, he owns jets. Tony owns jets. Tony Robbins, you don't see them taking selfies of themselves with their jets. Now, if you just bought a jet and you're proud of it, hey, or a new car, take a selfie, put it out there, share who you are on media. But the thing is share who you are. Don't play this role and then you're a totally different person when you meet in person. This is what, it's hard, okay? And I gotta say it's not that easy to be able to go, oh, I'm doing the show. You run into me in the grocery store. Oh, he's the same person. Okay, that's what I've always admired about Tony Robbins. Whether he's on stage or off stage, and you interact with him, he's the same person. Okay, maybe a little calmer off stage, not much, but that's how you want to be you. Okay, you don't want to be one thing on social media, one thing at work, and one thing at home. Now, it doesn't mean you don't have different views of yourself and different segments of who you are, but it just means is who you are as you appear on stage or at work or in your family should be a reflection of who you really are, not this fake alter ego. Okay, so I'm asking, what do you want from Breakthrough with Lew? All right, number one, you see I'm on an hour early this morning, and that was kind of a snap decision, but it was like beginning of the year, let's do this. A lot of you guys have asked for the show to go on at 7 a.m. or earlier. It's not getting any earlier than 7 because there's a lot of prep, and I got my morning routine. But the 8 o'clock, a lot of folks were telling me, hey, I'm already at work. I'd love to catch the show, but I'm already at work. So, how can we serve you better? Okay. And now for a little bit of training and teaching, and I'm going to keep this one short this morning because you got things to do and I got a show to plan. I have big announcements. Stick around till the end, guys. Just stick around till the end of the show this morning. I have a huge announcement for you. Okay, so let's talk about problems versus challenges. And this is something we're going to delve into a lot in the 2024 season. A problem and a challenge, are they different? Are they the same? Well, let's look at it. A problem is overwhelming. It's like, oh my God, we have this problem. I have this health problem. I have this financial problem. I have this problem in my relationship. What if you said, I have this challenge? I have a health challenge. I have a financial challenge. I have a relationship challenge. Which do you want to deal with more? Do you want to deal with problems all the time? Or do you kind of like the idea of a challenge? And I know I'm overly expressive with the voice and the face and the hands and everything, but a problem, a weighted down problem, or a challenge, let's go. I think that most people would choose the challenge. And this is one of the things that's called transformational vocabulary, that when you transform your vocabulary, your internal vocabulary especially, you change the view of it, okay? The problem or the challenge is still the same thing, but do you view it as this heavy-weighted, knock-you-down problem, or do you view it as this ability to take on the challenge and make something happen and look back someday and go, hey, I'm glad I dealt with that, or maybe not glad in some cases, but it made me a stronger, better, happier, better person, better spouse, better leader, better, follower of my creator, because I dealt with what I used to think was a problem. I made it into a challenge and made me step up and do it. Okay? So in the upcoming weeks, you're going to be talking a lot about stuff like that. How about change? What is change? Change is changing from doing things one way to another, changing from this way to another, changing from this job to another. Is change good? I have this conversation all the time. Is change good? Some people say absolutely. Other people go, I don't know. I don't like change. Well, is change good if you wake up one morning, you look at your lotto ticket and you've won? Is that going to be a good change? Well, as long as you handle it properly, yes. What if you wake up one morning and your bank account's been cleaned out and you've been ripped off, your identity's been stolen and everything else? Is that a good change? No, you would probably say that kind of change I could do without. Okay, so I'm going to tell you a little secret here. Change is automatic. Transformation, on the other hand, is a whole different ballgame. See, change, you don't have to participate. And you might go, well, no, nothing's going to change if you don't do something, Coach. You've told me that before. No, it'll change. It might get worse. Okay, that's the challenge there. You're not in control of change. Where transformation, you may not be 100% in control of, because you can't control everything everybody else does, the economy, the weather, the president, the this, the that. But what you can control is what you do with it, about it, and how you feel about it, and what it means to you. Oh, so change and transformation are very similar. It's the same idea. Something goes from one thing to another. However, change itself, you're not really participating in. Transformation, you are calculating it. You are driving it. Doesn't mean you don't hit a few speed bumps. See, guys, I'm a realistic coach. And not in the fact I tell you, oh, have realistic goals. Don't get too... No, have lofty goals. Let's go. Let's step up. But I'm realistic of the fact that you got to participate. I'm realistic to say that there is truth to this stuff, okay? Now, another thing we're going to be talking about over this year is owning your outcomes and owning yourself. Own you. Be you. Do you. Okay? Take responsibility for you. No boo-hooing on this show. We ain't boo-hooing. Now, things happen. Tragedies happen. Things you don't want happen. Atrocities happen to people. But what you do with it is what counts, okay? Two people can face the same tragedy, the same horrible thing. One of them ends up living in a bottle under a bridge because they couldn't handle it. The other one makes a show that helps thousands of other families. John Walsh. Oh my God. Really? And I know not all of you even know the name John Walsh anymore, but his son was brutally murdered. And instead of, finding a way to get addicted to drugs or become an alcoholic and feel sorry for himself all the time, and that's tragic. My heart bleeds for somebody like that. He made a show to help catch criminals that do stuff like that, to save thousands of children from these type of predators. Okay? Whereas Joe Blow, something like that happened and he turned into an alcoholic, a raging alcoholic, got himself in trouble and ended up in prison and helped no one. Okay? It doesn't change the fact they both went through a tragedy. And you could say, well, Joe Blow, how could you recover from that? That one I don't know. I don't have an answer to how you'd recover from losing your child. Okay, that's one of those things I can't just tell you there's an answer. I can tell you there's an answer, to recover from a financial crash. I can guide you through that. I don't know about the child thing, but John Walsh did. Okay, and that's where you model people. Modeling is going to be a huge thing. How would you model certain people that have done and gone through things that you're going through? Ooh, interesting. But owning you and owning your outcome. We were having a conversation last night or yesterday over lunch with relatives and from out of state. And they were talking about going to some of the old museums, as they drove through to come down. And some of the atrocities that were going on not 40 years ago, in our own country, and the way people were treated unfairly and stuff, and people were killed and injured because of who they were. And it was like, wow, it wasn't that long ago. We've made a lot of progress as a society. And then you got people these days going, oh my God, well, that school shooter, he was bullied, the poor kid. He went and killed innocent people, dudes. The poor kid? Hold on a minute. See, this is the thing. Somebody said something bad about me on social media. I'm ruined. No, what was a true atrocity is where people were killed and injured and stuff like that years ago for just because of who they were. That's an atrocity, guys. Somebody picking on your hair or your video on TikTok or being a troll is not enough to cause you to feel bullied or anything like that. Own yourself, own your outcomes. Step up, okay? And don't be nasty to people, but there's always going to be some troll out there, and there's trolls out there that don't like Breakthrough with Lew and say nasty things about me and I'm too positive and stuff. Bring it on, baby. If you got no resistance in this world, you're not making a difference. But I'm talking about own yourself, own your outcomes. Not everything goes away, not everything's fair, but when something comes at you that's not fair and makes you grow, own it and say, how can I use this in the future to help somebody else? Okay, now I want to talk about a quick truth about the changing world, the new world. You hear a lot about this, guys, and people are like, I'm going to resist this. I'm not doing this new world stuff. AI, forget AI. I want nothing to do with it. There was a lot of things. There was a time when there were people that thought the TV was evil. Now, we've had rapid change in the past few years. And I mean, we could go into all different ends of what occurred and some of the atrocities that occurred. But you know what? That does nothing but get us, shadow banned and stuff like that. We all know what's occurred over the past few years, and some good things have come out of it and some bad things have come out of it. One thing I don't like is having so much separation in our own nation. We're all Americans, guys. Get your butts back together. But the truth about a changing world is technology has taken a major fast forward. When the jet's taken off and they push that handle forward and it finally lifts off and you feel that force, that's what technology's doing right now. Okay, AI, is it good, bad, or indifferent? It's the same thing with anything else. People talk about a weapon or a food or a medication or a supplement. Is it good or bad? It depends on how you use it. Okay, AI is a great thing. I don't know if anybody noticed the lead posts to this show this morning, but I was able to translate it into Spanish in like 13 seconds with AI because I want to be able to reach a greater group of people worldwide. Okay, I love that I speak a tiny bit of Spanish in comparison with where I'm going to be by the end of the year. It's one of my goals, hint, being transparent. But I love the language. It's a beautiful language. I want to communicate with more people. But it would have taken me hours to translate that. Wow. Okay, so that could be a good version of AI, the ability to open up communications with other people that you normally couldn't communicate as well with. What's dangerous about AI is when you rely on AI. If you rely on it, that you type something in, and again, I've gotten my wrist slapped a couple of times for some of my opinions on platforms, so I'm going to be a little cautious on this. But I typed in just to see what would AI say around the holidays when I did the show. So I'm going to see if there's any ideas in there about staying healthy during the holidays. I hate to say it, but eating well, getting proper rest, practicing stress reduction, cleanliness, etc., wasn't on the list. So you can't rely on this. And I'm especially talking to you, younger generation. AI is not the God, all end all, the be all. It is a helper. And if you are writing your term papers, kids that are in school right now, by typing into AI, write me a paper about George Washington, you are cheating yourself out of learning. Now, you can write and do your research and stuff and then write your own and then put it in there and say, hey, clean this up for me, AI. Make it sound more professional, that's great. It's a good way to tune stuff up. It's a good way to gain some new ideas, get some facts, but not everything is fact on AI either. So that's, the new world we're coming into. Yes, our world is changing. It's not a new world. We're not revamping the actual structure of the world. There's people on all ends of this. Oh, everything should be equal and we should all be just one world, not different countries and stuff. That's wacko-doodle socialism. And then there's other people that are like, everybody's going to try to kill us. And I don't know if everybody's trying to kill us either. I think what's happening is we are having a great growth emergence. Now, what we do with it and how we handle it and how we treat each other through it is going to be a major difference. Okay? There's not always right or wrong. There's your opinion, there's my opinion. Okay? And on this show, we're going to hey, it's free opinion, baby. And on Click, Coach Lew Inner Circle, which is my signature that we're working on. It's where we have monthly meetings, weekly trainings, and more in depth than the show, book reviews and stuff like that. That is absolutely free speech platform, as long as you're not being nasty and hateful to anybody. But, we don't have to agree. As a matter of fact, it's great not to everybody agree. It's great to see different opinions. It's great to have the rights to have different opinions and to be able to voice them. It's great. Okay, so yes, we're in a changing world. Okay, a lot of new world. And a lot of that is technology, and there's a lot of great stuff going on. And then there's some people that would use that for bad, so you keep an eye on that and you don't let the technology get ahead of you. You got to be ahead of the technology. It's time to grow, folks. We can't live in the same technology level that our ancestors did. Every day, the average person does need to know how to function with this technology. Okay? So there is a truth. Yes, things are changing rapidly. Not all of it's bad, guys. There is some stuff that needs to be kept in check. And I'll be the first one to tell you, hey, you want to talk about that in person? We'll talk about that in person. Or, we're not going to talk about it on the open air, because then everybody gets, fighting and screaming at each other. And we don't want that. We're going to go, interesting opinion you have on that. It's not mine. Ooh, interesting opinion you have on that. I agree with you. Doesn't mean you got to be enemies, okay? So what are you going to expect from Breakthrough with Lew going forward? Number one, it's 7 o'clock in the morning, and I got a huge announcement for you in just a second. Don't go anywhere. It's going to be 7 a.m. It's a little bit different. I've had to adjust my morning routine to do this for y'all, but I think it helps me reach more people at an hour where you need it. 8 o'clock was more convenient for me, but it was not more convenient for most of my listeners from what I was being told. So we're at 7 a.m. and we are going to Monday, Wednesday, Friday as of next week. I wanted to pull that off this week, but I don't want to bring you inferior quality. I have extra things on my plate this week at our auction house. I have a specialty auction. I had the GSA auction on top of it this week. So instead of 3 auctions, I have 5 auctions. So I don't want to bring you inferior quality on the show. So we will start the 3-day-a-week next week. 7 a.m. start times, guys. So get your Life Boost coffee going in the morning and join me at 7 a.m. for world-class coffee. World-class cutting-edge technologies on how to get stuff done, how to reduce your stress, how to get your relationships better, how to simplify this stuff. Okay, being in January, get over to our university site, xlr8life.com. That is xlr, the number 8life.com, and take my HEALS course. Guys, that used to be a $297 course. I dropped it to $99. It's a 30-day health eating and lifestyle simplified course. That's exactly what it is. It's not a diet. It's not some cool new exercise program. It talks about how you design your dietary, your exercise, your stress reduction, your sleep, your breathing, all that stuff, and how you balance it out. Now, not everything is exactly a round balance wheel in life. Okay, that I'll stand right by that. Not everything is perfectly balanced. Family, work, finances, this, that. No, there's always a little bit. Something always takes a little more focus. But you know what you find? If you're putting a little more of that focus into what your passion is, as opposed to focusing on what you fear and so forth, it's okay to be a little bit out of balance on the balance wheel if a lot of your focus, or a big portion of your focus, is going towards your passions, towards things that are moving the needle in your life, towards things that are making life better. Okay, February is going to be the official. It's going to be kind of at a soft launch on Coach Lew Inner Circle on CoachLew.com. Soft launch, but officially February we are full bore. Breakthrough with Lew, I just see somebody else signed in that wasn't in earlier, will be Monday, Wednesdays, and Fridays as of next week, 7 a.m., not 8 a.m. As you can see right now, we are obviously on early. Guys, I'm going to try to keep the show succinct and keep it around 30 minutes. I understand we got drive time into work, and a lot of people are like, I could listen between 7:30 and 8. So this is where, or 7 and 7:30 or 7:30 and 8. You can always catch the replays anyway, but the replays aren't up for a couple hours. All right, guys, I will see you on the next Breakthrough with Lew. Live with faith, energy, passion. Always live your dreams. This is Coach Lew signing off. Have an amazing day.
Ready to take it to the next level? Tune in to XLR8Life.com for our live shows, encore presentations, life-changing courses, and live coaching with Coach Lew himself. As Coach Lew always says, live with faith, energy, love, passion, and always live your dream.